My apologies. My iPhone ran out of storage, so the video quickly cut off, so I was unable to continue the original video. So I'm just gonna add on. To sum up what I was saying, um, I instead of doing a bunch of different assignments for all the different classes, I organized each assignment with each course, and then I did the courses one at a time. So I made sure I did all the work for one specific class and then turned it in and then went on to the next one in order just to stay more balanced and to keep a better schedule, and my mind wasn't going all over the place. So that was a situation when assignments or projects were due at the same time, and those were the steps that I did to finish them.
Describe a time when you received constructive criticisms.
I remember for my annual checkups and work, um, my supervisor just went over all the pros and cons of how my work evaluation has been. And I remember I was super stoked. I got excited because I finally hit my year, and I was just curious to see what they had to say. And I was honestly surprised when they were brought some of the cons. I was surprised about because I was told all this time that this is the correct way to do it, and I was doing a great job. But I was then told like some constructive criticism on different ways I can do to get better and different techniques and whatnot. And I took it very well. I was very shocked to say the least, but I took the information very well, and I applied it to my skills, and luckily I've been able to improve at all the things that I was being criticized about, and I've improved at my job, one step at a time. So constructive criticism is definitely a very important role.
Tell me about an important goal of yours. How did you reach it?
So I have many personal goals, and one of them I remember was to bench 315. I've been lifting weights for a couple of years now, and to bench 315 is nothing short of a miracle. What some people would say is, I think it's less than 1% of the world that can do it. So I remember that for my body weight and my physique, it's not the easiest to be benching. So I remember I went just full aggressive mode. I was tracking my calories. I was eating in a caloric surplus. I was always hitting my macros for the day. So everything that I needed to be doing to complete this goal I had, I was hitting it right on the mark. I was doing everything that I needed to do to make sure that if I want to do this goal, I'm going to do it the right way. And luckily I did. I was able to listen to some teachers and some people that have already been in that field, and they were able to just tweak things here and there. And luckily, with all the consistent hard work that I was able to put in, and then with the tweaks that my coaches and friends were able to do with me, I was able to complete my goal.
Provide an example of what you've done when your time schedule or plan was upset by unforeseen circumstances.
I remember one time I was going to the water park with a group of friends when I was younger, and this is something that we've been playing out for years when we were younger throughout middle school, and this was during the summer, so we waited basically all school year just for this one trip because it was a lot of our friends. And I remember when the day finally came, the weather was drastic. It was raining, it was thundering, there was lightning, so they clearly had to shut the water park down. And as kids, you know, there's not many positive scenarios that can come out of that, as something you waited for so long, like ruined by something that's out of your control. But luckily, I were able to find like an indoor arcade, and we were able to, you know, get a refund for the water park tickets. And instead of mourning and being upset about what could have been, the day being ruined, we went to go find a replacement for the day, and we ended up having a very good time without even without the water park. So that's a good example of unforeseen circumstances.
What is the most creative things you have done?
I remember one time while I was with a friend group, we were in the woods camping, and we wanted to make a bonfire, and we brought pallets and gas, but we didn't have anything, a lighter to light it with. So what I had to do was I grabbed flint and some steel. Luckily we had it, and I remember I watched it on a YouTube channel one time, and I don't know how I remembered it, but luckily it stayed in the back of my head, and we were able to grab like dried up patchy grass, and with flint and steel we sparked it up, and we were able to start fire. And luckily, thanks to that, we were able to have a safe and fun night with my friends. So that's one of the most creative things I've ever done. Thank you very much.